Hey everyone, welcome to my first YouTube video, hopefully the first of many, about, you probably guessed it, drums, more than likely. Don't really know what else I could be going over in this situation. I've made the jump to YouTube recently, obviously, because I've decided that I want to better express, share, and, assist people in their drumming paths. I want to show people things and exercises that have worked for me, that have developed my technique and my playing and my feel and whatever else, and share them with you guys in the hopes that anything that I've used to help myself can help you. So that's the reason why I've started the channel, and I look forward to you learning alongside me. As it is my first video, I had a bit of a ponder on what I'd want to go over and what I want to discuss, and I settled on one of my favourite ride bell patterns, one that I use quite a lot and one that I find a lot of fun in. It's the dotted eighth note pattern, right? I'm not going to be just showing you how it sounds on the ride. I'm going to show you how it sounds around the kit, different ways you can apply it, how it changes the feel of whatever you're playing, and all of this jazz. So yeah, I'll play it for you now, and then I'll go into a bit of better detail afterwards about what it actually is. So that's basically the pattern, yeah? Just the dotted eighth notes accented on the bell of the ride, yeah? It's really one of my favourite grooves to play on the ride, just because of how it changes the feel, and it kind of forces you to isolate technique as well, especially when you get to the higher tempos, because doing it slow, it's not too bad as long as you understand what's actually going on, but as you get quicker with it, it takes a bit more technique and a bit more fluidity in the wrist to get to them accents, which it's helped me develop that technique just through playing this groove, and that's why I love it so much. It's really, really beneficial to you in many different ways, as opposed to just having a cool groove there. So with what's actually going on with it, you can think about it in a few different ways. If you're having trouble thinking of it as a dotted eighth note, like you're having trouble kind of processing what that means, what it means is there's half the length of an eighth note added onto the end of it, hence the dot. That's what a dot means. You take half of its value and you add it onto the end, right? You can think of it in terms of every third 16th note, which is what I tend to think of it as. It just makes more sense to me. So I'll click it out and I'll speak the subdivision of 16th notes, so you can better understand where it would fall within the subdivision. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1. Meant to hit the bell then, but you get the point. So now that you've got an understanding of where the rhythm actually falls in the subdivision, once you're comfortable with that, then you can start adding in your own little bits, So like when I played it before, you'll notice that I played it just as a very, very basic backbeat, no ghost notes, no dynamic change, nothing, and just the rhythm on the ride and nothing else. But then I played a different version of it where there was a few more things involved in it, and when you're more comfortable with it, you can make it sound something more like this. So yeah, once you're more comfortable with it, you can, you know, put your own spin on it. You can put your own little dynamic changes, your own little roughs, and anything you want, but just keep that pattern the same. You know, just test how well you have that right hand independence, and how well you know the pattern by just trying to complicate things with every other limb as much as you can. You know, it shows how much your muscle memory really shines through whatever you're doing. So once you're a bit more comfortable with that pattern, and you can feel it a lot better, and you can do it without really thinking about it too much, you can, you know, you can orchestrate it around whatever you really want. You know, it doesn't have to stick to the ride of the bell. You can put it between literally whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. You know, it's a pattern for you to experiment with and explore to see what sounds you can come out with. So I'll just do a little bit of improv now to show you what kind of rhythms that can come out of this pattern if you just put it around different instruments of the kit. I'll just show you how they sound and how they feel. So yeah. So there's some of the different sounds that you can come out with if you put this pattern around the kit. It's got a very funky groove to it. You know, it's really fun to play, and it's very rewarding when you can play it very freely and you can kind of orchestrate it around whatever you want and apply it to whatever you want. It's a really nice groove to have in your belt. You know what I mean? When I'm playing this pattern, I'm not playing it over the bar line, so it's like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1. Yeah. That's how you'd count it. So there's 1 2 3 1 2 3, which is 6, 1 2, which equals 8, and then you come back in for the 1 for the next bar. Yeah? If you were going to play it over the bar line like that, it becomes very different because it then turns into a polyrhythm. Okay? And I know that some people are quite scared by the idea of polyrhythms, but they're really fun, and it really does help your independence. You know, being able to separate your 4 limbs, truly being able to fully separate them is very hard. Polyrhythms, man, they're not like, if you get the pattern down and you can remember how it feels, you don't even think you're playing a polyrhythm. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like you're just playing the drums. It becomes so natural that you don't even bloody think about it. So, you know, practice your polyrhythms. They're important. I'll show you what it sounds like if I do play it over the bar line, and I'll show you how that polyrhythm will sound in comparison to the groove that I've showed you. So that's how it would sound if you put it in a polyrhythm context. Yeah, that wasn't the cleanest, but you get the general idea of what that would sound like if you played it over the bar line and did 3 bars to repeat, because that's how long it would take. It would take 3 bars to repeat that pattern to come back into the 1, so it would line back up after 3 bars. That's the dotted 8th note pattern, you know? Yeah, one of my favourites. It's very fun. It's helped me develop my technique a lot. It's helped me develop my feel, my inner timing as well. You know, slowing that down to a click really makes your buddy think of the space in between the lines. You know, because it's not normal kind of subdivision. It's pretty funky for someone who hasn't ever gone outside of simple subdivision like 8th notes, 16th notes, possibly 32nd notes. You know, to get these weird rhythms on these 3s and these 6s and everything else, it can be a bit of a kind of hang on a sec, what's this sort of thing? And there's nothing wrong with that, but at least try them, yeah? And I hope that what I've shown you in this video, that exercise, that groove, you know, not so much orchestration, but, you know, I hope it gives you an idea of how to play that, and I really hope that it benefits you, you know, I hope that it helps you in the same way that it's helped me. So yeah, that's my my first video, you know, hopefully my first of many. I hope that this has helped you in some way, you know, it's what I'm here for. You know, I want to help you, I want to assist you in your drumming path, and I want you to, yeah, you don't have to take everything that I show you literally, but even if you take a smidgen of what I show you in any of the videos that I make, it would mean the world to me. It's surreal to even think that one person, or any person for that matter, could look at me playing the drums and take influence from that. It's quite mad to think, but regardless of that, I'm really hope that you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again soon.